I'm Alex, and you are listening to Generative Engine Optimization in the AI Era, Decoding SEO 2.0. Welcome to the show, proudly sponsored by 3 Steps Digital Brand Management, a Kalicube certified agency. Now let's dive right in and decode.
All right, let's just jump right in with a big question. And I really want you to think about this for your business. With everything that's happening with AI right now, is your SEO playbook totally, completely obsolete? It's a heavy question, I know, but we have to ask it because the ground is literally shifting under our feet. You know, to really get where we're headed, we've got to take a quick look back at where we've been. For a very, very long time, the digital world had one king, one dominant rule: the reign of the keyword. The whole game, for decades, was about figuring out what people were typing into that little search box and then making sure your stuff showed up for those words. It was a super clear, direct path from what someone wanted to your website.
And you had these absolute legends, right? People like Perry Marshall, who literally wrote the book on this. They taught a whole generation of us how to get really, really good at bidding on those keywords to snap up that traffic. And for years, that was the gold standard. Why? Because it worked like a charm. But here we are. This is the turning point. A brand new player has just walked onto the field, and it's not just changing the rules, it's flipping the entire game board over. And that player, of course, is AI.
And I'm not talking about a small tweak here or some minor algorithm update there. No. This is a deep, fundamental transformation. The very way people find information, the way they discover brands, it's all changing as we speak.
So what's the big deal with these AI engines? Well, first off, things like ChatGPT or Google's AI, they're conversational. You talk to them. They don't just give you a list of links. They give you straight-up answers. And here's the kicker. They make recommendations. They will actually mention specific brands by name. And that right there is the game changer.
So if the game is totally different, we need a new playbook, right? We need a new way to win. And that solution is a new way of thinking, a new metric called brand trigger phrases. So here's the official definition, which was put together by the expert Jason Barnard. A brand trigger phrase is basically any query or response that has a brand's name in it. This moves us way beyond generic terms and puts the focus squarely on the moments your brand is explicitly named. You can kind of think of this as a two-sided coin. On one side, you have a person actively searching for your brand. That's one. But on the other side, and this is maybe even more important now, you have an AI engine proactively recommending your brand. Both of those are absolutely critical moments. To really embrace this, it takes a massive shift in our mindset. We have to evolve our thinking from a world of just anonymous keywords to a world that is completely centered on your brand's identity and its reputation. The difference here is it's night and day. The old keyword strategy was all about trying to attract people who had no clue who you were. This new brand trigger strategy is about mastering the conversation at the exact moment your brand is mentioned. We're moving from acquisition to reputation management. Think about it. For so many years, the objective was simple: outbid your competition, win that keyword auction, get to the top of the page. That was it. Now, the new goal is so much bigger. It's to master what the entire digital world, from users to AIs, says, thinks, and shows whenever your brand name gets triggered. It's really about controlling your own story. And this quote just absolutely nails it. When an AI trusts your brand enough to recommend you by name, that mention is the conversion. That's the moment of truth. It's such a powerful idea, and it completely redefines what a conversion even is anymore. I'm Alex, and this is Generative Engine Optimization in the AI Era, Decoding SEO 2.0. Okay, so the concept makes sense, right? But the million-dollar question is, how do we actually do this? How do we take this from a cool idea into something that gets real results? And this is not just some abstract theory, you know. There are specialist agencies out there, like Kalicube, that have built their entire business around this. They are actively working to engineer a brand's digital identity and shape how algorithms see them. And the process, it follows a really clear path. Step 1, you have to track every single time your brand is mentioned, every brand trigger phrase out there. Then step 2, you get to work building a positive and consistent digital echo all across the web. And finally, step 3, all of that work starts to educate the AI, basically teaching it what you're all about and why you're a trustworthy solution. So what's the end game here? It's actually pretty simple and totally measurable. You want to increase how often your brand gets talked about, and you want to make sure that when it does, the feeling is overwhelmingly positive.
That is how you build deep, algorithmic trust with the search and AI engines that guide us all.
So I'll leave you with this question to take with you. It's not just about your keyword rank anymore. The real question today is, in this AI era, what is your brand's conversational footprint? When your brand comes up in conversation, what's the story? Because in the age of AI, that story, that narrative, is everything. I'm Alex, and I dived, decoded, and deciphered SEO 2.0, thanks to our sponsor, 3 Steps Digital Brand Management. And thank you for listening. See you next time for another new necessary nugget of knowledge.